People living in 5 encampments in Halifax must leave today or face eviction. The city gave them 2 weeks' notice, citing safety concerns. But some tell CBC News they have nowhere to go.
Very frustrating right now and very stressful right now. But it's hard to say what's going to happen. I hope nothing, but because, yeah, okay, we would prefer to be in homes, but we don't have a choice right now.
That man has been living in the Grand Parade encampment in front of Halifax City Hall. Let's get more now from the CBC's Brett Ruskin.
This is deadline day here in Halifax at these 5 encampment sites. This is one behind me here. This is Victoria Park, right kind of in the heart of downtown off Spring Garden Road in Halifax. And all there was around 55 or so people living at the various sites around the city when 2 weeks ago city staff went around and zip-tied notices to individual tents telling people that they had to get out, that those individual sites had been de-designated so that people had to get to indoor sites instead. Now, there's 2 sides to this. There is city staff who are saying that there are risks involved with these encampment sites, whether it be the cold weather, whether it be carbon monoxide poisoning possible with the heaters and the propane stoves that are there, whether it's fire. We saw minor injuries from one tent that caught fire. We saw significant deadly consequences in other cities to tents catching fire. And so there are real risks, and city staff say that there are real alternatives, whether that be indoor shelters. There's transitional housing that is available, and city staff are saying that, hey, we can help move you. We can help move your personal belongings as well. On the other side of things, many people living at this encampment say they don't want to move. They don't want, they don't trust the shelters. They don't feel safe. They're worried about violence, worried about theft from other people taking their personal items. They don't know who they're sleeping next to as opposed to knowing who you are tenting with. And so they also said that they weren't given long enough to make a decision to make that move. So what is going to be happening today? Well, it's hard to say. There hasn't been any kind of municipal staff activity. There certainly hasn't been any police activity as well, because Halifax has kind of a rough history with clearing out these types of encampment sites. Back in 2021, there were police involved with clearing out a site at the old library site. That was just a couple blocks from here, and it got violent. There were pepper spray used. There were injuries. Even at this very park 10 years before that, in 2011, police were involved in kind of dragging people through mud to break up an encampment there. And so the situation here, as far as city staff have described it this time, they say they're using a measured approach instead. So not involving the police, and if people are still here after today's deadline, they will work with each situation on a case-by-case basis to find out what the barriers are preventing people from going to those available indoor spaces to help get them there. Brett Ruskin, CBC News, Halifax.